Boom, big up everybody. Welcome back to TJ Word TV. Welcome back to what episode is this? 112?
112.
112th
What would you
episode
not for me, TJ?
of the American Idiot. Dude, I lose count every week.
I love that intro. I love that intro.
No, that intro is the best. I wonder who made it. It must be a guy with no life must have made that intro. That's for sure. It's very, very well done.
Facts.
But welcome to American Idiots episode 112. We have a North London Derby preview coming for you today. We are welcoming Connor back to the stream. My guy, Connor, how you been?
Oh man, good. Hope you and Dale are well. So it's been a while. I'm sort of popping in and out of shows now and then. And, this is a Friday where I thought, you know what, I'm going to stay in. It's quite cold out here in the UK. I want to be in, don't want to be out. So yeah, do you know what? It's a special weekend, not just for the Premier League being back, but obviously, in my opinion, the most important game in every season for Arsenal. In my opinion, I always look at these two fixtures when the fixtures get released in August. So yeah, I'm buzzing, can't wait, and I hope that we absolutely smash this lot. It's our ground, no excuses, and yeah, very much looking forward to it, and very much looking forward to the show.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Dal, how you doing, man? You good?
Pretty good. Yeah, just a little tired today. It's been a long week, but other than that, ready for the weekend.
Dude, are you ready for some late night COD?
Maybe.
You know what? I just played that Battlefield Dead Red Sec. It's shit. I didn't enjoy 1 minute of it.
Dude, COD's where it's at. I will never abandon COD as long as I live. I'm just I played Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5 or whatever the World War I one was, and it was good. It was good. Yeah, Battlefield 1. That was good. That was the last one I played.
There was a really old one called Battlefield Hardline. It was you cops and robbers type.
Yeah,
that game was goated, man. I used to love that game when I was younger.
Well, man, it's when I was younger. I think that came out.
I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd say
years ago, something like that, bro. But yeah, big up Bridge Nation. Big up Bridge Nation already here. Jacob Walraven will be joining us a little bit later. By the way, he's just dealing with some kiddos, and then he's going to hop on and give us his thoughts from the Tottenham side. But he said, Ahmed says, heading to sleep, which is exactly what I do whenever I go over to Bridge Nation. I start heading to sleep. Heading to sleep. But question for Connor and Dow: will you back the lads, unlike the host?
Oof.
Thank you.
Whoa, did you not back us?
He doesn't. He thinks I'm too critical of Arsenal, like all the time.
Yeah, but we always.
But let's be honest though. I'm not as critical as others are. But he thinks that I don't back the lads enough. Apparently.
I mean, in what sense? What did you say something?
Well, no, because I give them what I would think balanced criticism, and if I don't think we're going to win a game, I say we're not going to win a game. If I think we're going to win a game, I say we're going to win a game. If we win a game and we give a bad performance, I say, hey, we won the game, but it was a bad performance. You know, just normal criticism. But if I don't say we win 2-0 against like Wolves. Right, and the performance is shit. I will say the performance is shit, and Ahmed will be on my case in the American Waffle chat, being like, you know, back the lads.
I mean, I don't like the narrative of if you win a game, you can't still pick out some flaws, because unless you've had a whomper of a game, which can happen. There's some games, don't get me wrong, which we've had, and we can say literally 9, 10 out of 10s all over the pitch. But I mean, you look at Real Madrid, for example, last year, we absolutely smashed them, right?
Yeah.
You think we can go win it all, and look what happened against PSG. Because we knew we had these flaws in us, but obviously, you know, it's stuff like that. So I think, don't get me wrong, I think you're always right to critique the team, even if you're doing extremely well. Liverpool fans were always critiquing themselves under Klopp, even though they were playing fantastically and winning the league title. You know, so it's just sort of it's if you're going a bit hardcore, like you win a game and you're going right now, everyone was shit, right? That's where I draw the line. But you're always good to critique, and hey. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. That's why.
Get out of the kitchen. Yeah, absolutely. Big up to everybody already watching. Smash the likes, smash the subs, get your comments in. The regulars are already here. We got Hendo Gooner. Big up Hendo Gooner. He says, greetings, TJ, Dal, Connor, and all watching. Fearing a stinky board draw, NLD. Bad time to have an NLD straight after the international break. We're going to get into that. And then, of course, we got our boy Acers here. Big up Acers every single time. Dirty Dom Mysterio will be here shortly. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. He was taking notes on everything that me and Corey were saying yesterday. He was taking notes to make sure that, if they do get a result, which, after an international break is possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. He was going to throw in our face, but we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think that there's any way that we lose this game, especially with the form that we've been on. I mean, obviously, drawing to Sunderland going into the international break wasn't ideal. Losing Gabriel wasn't ideal. Possibly you losing Timber is not ideal, but even with that, I think our squad depth is more than enough.
No, I think it's. Do you know what, TJ?
Not to get into it too early, but let's get into it. Fuck it.
Well, yeah, like I'm sorry, I don't want to sort of like take over, but the comment you made there, and it was on my brain. Like, there's people making comments about Gabriel. Like, don't get me wrong, having Gabriel out of this game is huge, and dare I say, I'd rather have Saliba out than Gabriel if I had the choice. Like, obviously, I don't want either of them out, but Gabriel is that voice. He is that leader, and it's obviously really shit that we've got him out, but. The business we've done in the summer, I'm actually not that worried. I think Hincapié is a solid centre-back if he does play. He's got experience. He's won a league title with Leverkusen.
He's an invincible.
He's an experienced international defender. Or we can play the likes of Mosquera there as well, who we've seen has been very good so far on an Arsenal shirt. We were back in the likes of having to use Rob Holding there before. It's not ideal. It's not fantastic. But Tottenham's attack isn't
Colorado Rapids legend, Rob.
As long as you can deal with that pigeon and Kolo Muani and Shabby Simmons, I don't think we're going to be in too much of a threat. Touch wood, and I'm not just chatting shit because it's North London derby. I'm not that worried. This isn't Son and Harry Kane Tottenham. This is a Kolo Muani Richarlison Tottenham. Like, let's not take the piss here. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not too. Listen, don't get me wrong. In terms of corners and leadership, I'm bothered that Gabriel's out, of course. However, I am not as worried because of our depth. We've got Hincapié, Mosquera. If we had to play Calafiori there, we could. We've got the backups, we've got the depth. The only thing for me that bothers me, and I said it backstage, was the striker situation. I do think Mikel Merino can be good on his day, and he is adaptable to play striker, as we've seen. But of course I want Gyökeres up there. Do I think he'll be fit? No. But that's the only thing that bothers me. But I think with our depth, and if it's Hincapié or Mosquera, I think we will still be extremely solid in that back line.
I think, the 9 really doesn't worry me because you have the players that play around the 9, and Mikel Merino has been known to score goals regardless, just because he gets in the right positions, and he can finish. Like we've said this before, and I'll say it again. He has a finish just as good as Kai Havertz does. Like, this is not bullshit either, and I don't think anybody would necessarily disagree with me on that.
No, for sure.
He's not. He is. It's kind of funny. We were talking about this the other day on American Waffle too. He is as good of a midfielder for Arsenal as he is a striker. Like, some people would say he's even better in the 9, right? So this one of those things where it's like, look, the one thing that Spurs cannot deal with is a press. So if we press the shit out of them, we keep possession and we don't let them have the ball, and when they do have the ball, we press them off of it very, very quickly, they're going to crumble. Jacob was even saying that last night. They're going to crumble. I think if we just keep pushing up, whether we have Gyökeres, whether it's Mikel Merino, even though he's not necessarily known for his pressing, we're going to be fine. I mean, in just go up and down the lineup. Our midfield is better. Our back line is better, even when it's our second, third string guys, and our front line is better. So for me, it's not even close. And then don't even bring in the goaltender situation. I think David Raya, did he concede to at Sunderland? Yeah, but you could obviously argue that those weren't his fault, and that's kind of my thought. And you have Vicario, who is he's putting in some stinkers, man. Like, Vicario has not been doing as well as he did last season or the season before. So it's one of those things where, look, like, I'm not trying to get too carried away, but if it's not a 2-0 minimum, man, like, we really have to look at ourselves. And if we let them get a result, man, it's gonna be the worst week of our lives. It's gonna be the worst week of our lives.
But it's not even that. It's the table as well, because that Sunderland result, as honestly on that day, it was. I don't think it was even a case of like I just knew going into that. I mean, look at Sunderland, how they've been so far this season. No, everyone said relegation. I didn't actually think they'd be relegated this year. I don't think I predicted they'd be relegated this season.
Oh, I did.
But
I
no one would have
completely
predicted
screwed
they'd
that
have been
one up.
second. But there is something with that squad, and I knew it as we were going into it. And for some reason, I don't know whether it's just because it's the Geordies, but for me, that game had a Newcastle away feeling to it. You know, we've been to Newcastle away before, like when it was back when Isak was playing there. That feeling of going to that ground, it was loud. The players were up for it. That is exactly how I felt when I was watching that game against Sunderland. I wasn't paying too much attention to it because I was busy at the time, but I was watching it on the side. And I could see it was going to be a tricky day out. It was an away day. They were up for it. You could tell that it was going to be a hard game. And don't get me wrong, I wanted the 3 points, but I think a draw was justified. But it makes these games now against Tottenham, for example, even more important. It even not just for pride, it now matters for league table. I mean, I think, dare I say, if we beat Sunderland this game, if we do drop points against Tottenham, pick up Jacob, if we do drop points against Tottenham, it would have been more of a leeway, like, yeah, it sucks, but we can move on from this. This game means even more now because of the draw to Sunderland. This table will fluctuate. This is what I love about this season. This table will fluctuate. There will be teams flipping around. You may see Man United back in the top 4 for a bit. Then they'll drop down. You may see Tottenham go back down. Liverpool, City, everyone will go back down. Sunderland back up, back down, you know? And that's why now, even though it's a derby, there's so much more pressure on it now with that dropped points, you know? So, yeah, that was my take on the previous game for me.
No, I absolutely agree. Big up Jacob. He is now here. They're calling him the El Paso Cavani. They're calling him the Dirty Dom Mysterio. Jacob, big up, my guy. Thanks for coming on, as usual.
Dom Mysterio's from El Paso too, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Shout out my El Chico brother.
There you go. Well, is Rey Mysterio from El Paso, or was that Eddie Guerrero? I think Eddie Guerrero was from El Paso.
Eddie Guerrero is a name I'm familiar with.
Yeah, but Eddie Guerrero is rumored to be Dominic's son. Ooh. That's what he says because he hates his father. Anyway, that's the storyline. Anyway,
nothing like sports and hating your dad, right?
Exactly, my guy. But how you doing, man? You all right?
Hey, man. Well, if you ask how I'm doing, there's only one way to answer that. We're doing a little live, we're doing a little laugh, we're doing a little love. All right? When you do all three in combination, the world's your oyster. It doesn't matter that you didn't get a single shot off versus Chelsea. Or on target, I should say. It doesn't matter. We're laughing. We lived through it. We laugh about it now. And we love where we're going. Hee hee.
Well, we're just getting into it. We might as well just throw it over to you, man. So you're exuding confidence right now, is what I'm hearing.
I would say
you were taking notes last night, bro. You were all over it last night. You were taking notes.
Don't threaten me now. With a good time, I got my book still. I'll take some notes right now.
That's a Spurs notebook.
Note number one: TJ's a bitch ass. Oh, good note. Good note. Don't even need to cite my sources on that one.
How you feeling about the game, Jacob? Are you confident? Long time no see. Are you confident?
Hey, Connor, how you doing?
No, I'm good, man.
You need a pillow next to that one that says Connor. You need a pillow next to that says Live, Laugh, Love, baby. You can probably find it at your local white person thrift store.
I'm good.
Yeah, well, my room still looks bland as fuck at the moment. I need to get that changed, but hey, here's what it is. Like all my nice stuff's right around me here, but like it's all bland back.
Yeah, behind you look like you're in some sort of padded cell, bro.
Like a mental.
No, I was gonna say, it looks like he's at rehab or something. They're like, we monitor your aerosol cans.
I've got a really cool old school Star Wars poster. I got some Arsenal stuff over there. I moved my desk around again because it actually just fits in this position now where it is in my room. But yeah, it does look like I am currently locked in. Like I can't get out. You probably
What are the different brands of deodorant you got back there? You got like 4 different cans. Is that all different deodorant?
That's all deodorant. One of them is
my
girl's deodorants, actually.
Oh, okay.
That one there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've got to smell good, man. So,
for me, I let the ladies smell me. I don't need you smelling some corporation. I need you smelling Jacob.
Musk, innit? Yeah, it's the Jacob.
Yeah, that's an aroma in its own. You mix that
there
with something else.
There was only one woman in the world that could stand it, and he locked her down. No, that was
I found her. Ain't that crazy? But anyway, you said something about confidence.
Are you confident for the game?
I'm
Yeah.
as confident as a 16-year-old is doing anything. Just close my eyes, and I'm confident. Like when I was 16, I thought I could beat up grown men. And that just wasn't true.
Do you think you'll win the game?
Yes.
That was a very prolonged yes. You're obviously not that confident you're going to win the
I
game.
was letting
It's not a bad
suspense
thing.
build. I was allowing the
Pick up
suspense
Robbie.
to
Okay.
accumulate before
Even with all your injuries?
He's there. He's here.
You
for
know,
the
y'all
drama.
got injuries too. I don't think injuries
No, it's
are an
good to get injuries
excuse
as well.
for us in that regard, nor do I think it's an excuse for you guys if you do happen to drop points to some live, laugh, love, which you might. There was something I heard you mentioning, TJ, before I joined, which was that we are very susceptible to the press. I told everyone yesterday that our team is very ticklish, especially that front line. We can't hold the ball up for shit. As soon as that press is applied, we'll turn it over. The second, third pass, forget about it. Especially if Kudus is healthy. I think if Kudus is healthy, we're going to go back to our tactic of just give him the ball and just win it. Win the ball back and give it to Kudus and just win it. That's it. That's literally, I was going to elaborate, but that's really it. And you know, I've still struggled to see really what Thomas is doing here, but you know, they fucking tied my hands and they forced me on this train, and whatever happens to it, I will be privy, allegedly.
Do you think you would be in a better position if you still had a certain Australian head coach?
Well, better is a relative term, so it's really hard to say. Like, better in what sense? Better in the Premier League table?
Better in the Premier League table. I mean, you're doing all right.
Well,
in
I
the
don't think
Champions
we've
League.
been. I mean, we had an easy run. I think our easiest stretch of games was at the beginning, and we are in the table much where that looked like it would get us. Now there was obviously points versus Wolves that we should have picked up. There's a draw in there somewhere versus some bozo team that I know we should have beat.
It was, you drew against Brighton as well, 2-2.
Brighton.
Well, that was a Hasenhudel schnitzel fest, so we don't count that. And I don't like seagulls, so I don't really ever count Brighton.
That day, Vicario had an absolute stinker. He had a narrative.
Dude, I
Was that the
remember
one
that.
where he let 2 goals in? There were 2 shit goals from Buenos Noches. No,
Yep.
he's at Chelsea. My bad.
No.
But it was some Emilio Buendia. That's who it was.
It was Buendia, yeah.
Norwich, man. But anyway, what were we talking about? Vicario and Thomas.
I asked if you. Well, I asked, and then I want to bring Dallin on this conversation too. I asked if you think that you would have been in a better position with Thomas
In the Premier
Frank
League table,
versus
no,
Ange
I don't think
Postecoglou.
so.
Okay.
In the Premier League table, no. In the
Because
Champions
you're one of
League
his
table,
staunchest defenders,
No.
and so I just want to make sure. Okay.
we might have.
I agree with
we
you.
did go to Bodo and win, and we did beat Bodo twice with Ainge, and we drew when we played him with Thomas. So to me, I think there is something to be said in regards to, like those shorter competitions that Ainge has shown in history that he thrives in. But in the Premier League table, I don't think he would have done. I think we would be. Our best would be where we're at right now, and I think that would have been a huge far cry from where we were last year in the Premier League. I think we would have drawn or lost some of those results that we drew or won. To be completely honest, I don't think we would be this high in the table, but I think we probably have 2 more points in the Champions League for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Dal, how are you feeling about tomorrow, man?
Pretty confident. I bit my tongue when you guys were talking about Moreno because I absolutely think he's dog shit in any position, to be honest. I don't know why we just don't put Martinelli up front and put Trossard on the left. Like, I don't know why this kid can't get a run in the middle like he did in the Emery days. He's got speed, a shot, maybe he can press better. When I see Mikel Moreno, I just don't think that's even part of our best 11. And I realize we got injuries and so forth, but like Jacob was saying earlier, a lot of teams have injuries. They have injuries, and you just got to play your best 11 all the time. And putting Mikel Moreno in the 9 or even his left mid is just asinine to me. I don't get what this guy brings at all. He did nothing against Sunderland, and our friend Tony Claude has been bigging him up forever. Then he says, "Oh, it's Spain." It's like you can't compare the two, bro. It's not even comparable. It's apple to oranges, And I don't know. I'm pretty confident. I think the 2-0 is the prediction I put out today on BBK show with Abs.
Yeah.
But I just don't see especially I think Sar's out, isn't he, Jacob? Isn't
He
Sar out?
left Senegal. Actually, I did save some thumbnails for like me to sound like I know what I'm talking about. But I do know that like Kolo Muani trained with a mask. I do know that. So he's a maybe. There was where's the bookmark? Because I just saw it. So Kudus, Gray, Bergval, Sar, and Kolo all trained today, according to Thomas Frank. So
I think still I think Sar is probably your best midfielder, to be honest. I mean, I just think he's the
I
most
think
solid
Paulina's been our
midfielder.
best. We just like
Paulina's
need
our
more
best.
from whoever. But this is what's interesting is because like our midfield, when it comes to predicting a lineup, it's really hard in a lot of areas because it's like some people want to see different things. For me, I think in the midfield you get the best out of Xavi Simons in the 10, and that's where I would like to see him played. With Paulinho, for me, has been our outside of Kudus. I think Paulinho has been our next best player, if not the best player. Van de Ven as well included, but he's been. It's just the uncreativity. He's doing exactly what his role should do. It's just when he's sided with Bentancur, who's trying to do the exact same thing as him, it's like, stop it. One of you go forward. Why does no one want to attack with the ball?
Yeah.
And I mean, so that part is, I think Sar with Paulinho and Xavi is our best trio, in my opinion.
Right. And and if Sar's doubtable, then you got to make that sub. But I don't know.
And Frank was benching him even when he was healthy, and people are attributing a bunch of different things. But Frank hadn't benched him already, so I don't think Frank really likes him.
I think Gyökeres, not having Gyökeres is a big miss. And I know some people's opinions have been up and down, but I just think that 9 is so crucial for us, right? TJ and Connor. I mean, it's just having Moreno there.
Even against
dude. It's
even against Spurs, the press means more. The press means the fact that he works
and y'all do press well. Arsenal presses really well this year. It looks. I mean, I would argue that like in all your title runs in recent years, your press has looked the most uniform in this. From what I've seen. Again, I haven't watched all 90 of every single one of your matches, but when I do tune in, you apply a lot of pressure to the opposition, and that forces you guys to have the ball a lot. And that's only going to be a good thing for you.
Is Gyökeres. Gyökeres is generally the main outlet for that, in my opinion. He's the one that's always pressing. Out of all the attackers, he generally is the one.
Is Mr. Timberland not going to be there on Sunday?
Huh?
Timberland boots? Oh, New York sweater jacket.
You're gonna regret that.
He's puffer jacket, New York man.
He's gonna empty his pockets by the end of the night. Richarlison will be in there. There'll be a couple.
Why is Richarlison in Gyökeres' pockets?
Tell will be in there. Simons.
Oh, you thought I meant Timber? No, in New York, in America, it's very like Timberland boots and puffy jackets, and that's what I was saying for Victor Gyökeres. I wasn't talking about Timber. I think Timber's been really good this year. I was a fan of Timber when he was at Ajax. Obviously, I hate him now. I think he's shit, but he was pretty good at Ajax.
That's right back in the league. Shit, that's actually kind of crazy.
That's right back in the league, but he's shit. Kind of crazy. No, but I guess TJ, to sum it up, I think we just played different with Gyökeres, and we played different with Moreno. And I don't think Moreno brought anything against Sunderland. So what's to make me think he's going to bring something at home to Spurs, who I think on the day are a better team, right? And Van der Veen's going to be tough to watch. And then with Gabriel out, I've had to hear it from our friend Yasser TV on a couple shows, like who's going to score our set pieces, right? So if those sort of dry up and we don't have Gyökeres as a target
Kuti and Van de Ven. Those are our two best set pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worrying thing. They're different color shirts, Jacob. That's the one. I just think we played different with Moreno up front, and I think you guys.
But if it makes you feel better in regards to Sunderland, like I don't think. Sorry, I didn't mean to step all over you there, Dow. But I just think that if it makes you feel better, Sunderland, for what it's worth, has given a game to every single big team that they've played so far. They've absolutely given it. So I wouldn't use them as a barometer when trying to say like what he could do versus us. I do agree. Moreno is obviously not as good of a name to see on the list as your marquee signing of the summer, but
But we play different with
Well,
that.
I
You know
didn't
what
say
I mean?
Viking. I was just holding back from saying gonorrhea Koresh. All right, that's what I was.
Fair enough. Okay. I call him
Yeah.
Glock 9, but that's okay. I just think we play different. The game looks different to me when Moreno's up there, regardless if it was Sunderland a couple weeks ago or in the past. It just
But wouldn't
you know,
it look different with Martinelli, which was what you said Martinelli, right?
Martinelli has pace. He has a better shot. I think can press. I think he's faster with the ball at his feet. You know, he's more of that striker ilk, and I don't think, and he's rarely got a chance.
Faster.
The only
He's
one
faster than Moreno, bro.
the only
Well,
one.
I
one
find
reason I have
probably
it.
faster than Mikel Merino, to be honest with you.
This is the only thing. This is the only thing I have with that, right? And don't get me wrong, I would actually go for that. The only reason why I wouldn't is because of the manager and the way he plays the system. If he allowed our 10s to feed the ball into our 9, I'd say Martinelli all day. But the fact that we play more of a system where we're either lobbing the ball into the box,
Right,
or we're
it goes to Saka.
When do we really ever through ball with a 10 to our 9?
Right.
Like whenever. Like, it
Rarely.
is extremely rare. That's why I think, in my opinion, Marino.
I was about to
suits-
say
even though I don't
Odegaard
think-
back when he played frequently, but that was.
we
But
tried
then in my
some
memory, the
seasons
highlight
ago.
was to Saka, so he's playing it out to the wings. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the
Through
thing.
ball
Yeah,
to the
it's
9.
like
Yeah,
Saka
that's
just
the
cutting in.
I
Yeah,
think
I was
our
always
big
feeding
player-
Saka to through ball that little bastard.
I think
Yeah.
once again, the big player that will carry us again, I think it will be Trossard again.
Mm.
He's been saving our skin
Well, he
recently.
has to.
You know, I think
Dude,
he'll be the
Trossard,
one.
bro. Last time I remember Trossard playing against Spurs, he had Pedro Porro looking like a goddamn ballerina doing the splits.
He did. Oh, he did. That's
Ooh, yeah,
right.
he
Oh, I
fucking made
remember
it.
that.
Or maybe that was the second to
Oh,
last
yeah.
time I saw Trossard. Maybe you started Martinelli the second time, but last year I think it was.
I remember that.
It was
Yeah, I remember
absolutely
that.
disgusting, and I just like Porro. You're lucky that you've got like so much swag off the pitch that it like can help compensate for your embarrassment. Because that's not the first time someone's made him look like a bozo.
Got a nice
Like I
haircut.
said, Bodo Glimt. What was it? Vonders Hundersnaffen. He was about to have a hat trick.
Super slow.
He hasn't been good this season, really, has he? I mean, I say that.
No, there was a game where he just crossed the ball 16 times and only one went to the man.
I
Sorry.
was going to say he doesn't really fit.
So no, he
Frank's
hasn't been good.
I don't think he fits Frank's system at all. Anymore.
I think he does if we do what we did versus PSG, which is what I kind of mentioned on American Waffle last night, which was if we go to a back 3, I think that's going to favor him and Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I would personally start Jed Spence and Destiny on the left because I think I just rate Jed Spence higher than I rate Pedro Porro. But on his day, Pedro Porro can swing a peach of a ball, and like,
Oh, facts, yeah.
but then there's days that I saw the other day, and there were 16 of them, and not one went to, or one did, so 15 of them didn't go to Fuckville. And you know, at the end of the day, if you're trying to service into the box, you got to go to Fuckville. And
Excuse my ignorance, Jacob, but what is Frank's system? Like, I knew Postecoglou, and I haven't watched enough Spurs. Like, what is the
Funny you
system? Is it just, oh God. Okay.
But I was going to say, you mentioned the
You
three at the
love,
back.
you
He
love.
played a 3 at the back at Brentford. You know, that's that. I mean, he did. To be fair, he did play. A 4-2-3.
Yeah.
But I
He
would
did it
not. I
once.
would not
He
like
did
to
it
see
once.
Jed Spence. Jed Spence always gets up to play against Arsenal.
Yeah, fuck Jed Spence. I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, Jed
Bro, Jed Spence
always
loves
gets up
cooking
to play against
Arsenal.
dude.
Yeah, I know. Jed Spence
I
has
hate
to
that
play.
guy.
Yeah, he's
But this is the
type
thing:
of
when you
player
ask
you
what
want.
Frank's system is, I don't know what he's going to do. I know what I think he should do, but who's going to listen to me? My fucking kids, my wife. No one does. So why would Thomas?
Jed Spence is
It's
the type of
fucking
player you
terrible,
want.
bro. Like she's not even 2, and she don't listen to a damn thing. I'm like, no respect. Anyway,
just
but
makes me feel goddamn
what
sorry.
Thomas will do will probably go to a back 4 with Spence on the left and Porro on the right, and we're absolutely gonna have gaping holes in behind for Saka running too. It's gonna be Van de Ven save us.
Jacob, are you scared of Arsenal? Are you scared? That big word nowadays.
Oh God,
Arsenal
just
is
give me that.
Scared of Arsenal.
Scared.
Connor just put us
Arsenal
very
scared,
smooth
No,
hat.
but, no, but I'll put it out
So
in front,
scared.
right? I'll put it out in front, right? I mean, you haven't beaten us since 2022. I just want to put that out there. Just 2022.
That was 2011.
And you're not counting club friendly.
You haven't beaten us at the Emirates in the league
you're
since
not counting
2011. We had this big. We had this
There
big
you
argument
go.
yesterday.
Good thing you said the league.
I said in the
tonight
league.
and not
I said it
yesterday. Because yesterday no one said the league.
No, we ain't talking about no club friendly bullshit, right?
Well, no
It's been
club
a long-
friendly.
it's been a long while. No,
I'm
it's
talking
been a
about
long while.
the
There's a
2018
Carabao Cup.
Dele
There was a
Alli.
Carabao Cup in 18. Dele Alli.
Since
Dele Alli, come on
2022.
now, put some
At the
respect on my
2022
name.
was the last time, right?
That whipping
And so,
abuser.
20.
what I'm trying to say is, right, in my opinion,
Dele?
this is the best Arsenal team we've seen for a long time, right? Does it not worry you with our form that it's like it's an unbeatable game? Because I think a lot of rivals they all pipe up.
I think if you
we're not
had
scared of Arsenal."
your first 11, I'd be more scared.
Okay, fair.
I feel, and there's something that I think a lot of people haven't talked about that I've tried to just put out there into the universe, and hopefully it manifests, or it was going to happen regardless of my manifestation. Was after an international break, that's all Big Six teams, their first game after an international break play fucking weird. It's just something weird about it. And I don't know what it is, but it's usually like a City winning 1-0 over Burnley type shit. And I could see something funky happening where Tottenham surprise everybody, because we shouldn't win this game in all fairness, things considered. Like, you take everything outside of Big Bertha, aka the Europa League win, which you take that out of the equation, which you can. But let's say let's do that, and every other facet. Like, Arsenal's ahead of Tottenham, their squad, the manager, the project, whatever you want to call it, with the P word. I know y'all sensitive to the P word out there, but I see it like,
You know,
am I scared of Arsenal? No, because I always see it like these type of matches can always go one of two ways. And it's either fuck around and find out, or you're going to be the one who's helping them find out because they fucked around. And if you guys fuck around enough, I think we could find some chances. I think players could get up for the occasion and show you something. This is a moment in which I'm looking at Xavi Simone's like, we gave you the 7. We're telling you to be the face of our franchise. You have a lot of people talking shit on you now because you haven't played up to the expectation level in which everyone's set for you, which regardless of whether we agree.
You said this earlier though, Jacob, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with you. Like, you said this on one of your match reviews, or it was like a show or something, where you were super heated because everybody was blaming Simmons for playing like shit, but he doesn't have any players around him that are helping him out. Like, I completely agree with you. You agree with that still?
I think I know what you're talking about, and there was at one point 3 consecutive matches where Xavi Simone's fed some bozo to either shoot it and score, or was waiting to take a shot and score, but the bozo didn't feed him. And when you saw Kolo Muani out there for 45 minutes versus United, there was and the 5 minutes that he played when he was like trying to work back into fitness, there was more in that creative in that 5 minutes I saw of him than Richarlison over 85 plus. And to me, the link, like the ability to just play 1-2 with a creative player, no one has that outside of the players that we just signed, and that has been a problem. And, you know, I always knew that it was going to be a rough transition. Obviously, like, things were never perfect, but damn it, Ainge did pull us through some things to win something, and that was beautiful. But, you know,
big up Football Carnage for the raid. Big up Will.
You know what it reminds me of? I'll give you a little anecdotal of what it reminds me of. Like, I got to go home eventually because, you know, it's where I live, but like my wife and I got in a big fight, and then I went out and partied with the boys, and I had a good time. My battery just died, but I had a good time partying with the boys. But I know when I wake up the next day, I got to go back to an angry wife, and I got to try and fix that. And that's where we're at, is trying to repair the damage that has been done.
Big up to Football Carnage for the raid. Big up Will every single time. Hit the likes, guys, as you enter, and smash the subscriptions. We got Jacob from Jacob Wallraven Uncensored on. We got Oregon Goon, and of course we got Connor here. So guys, smash the likes, get your questions in. We are doing an NLD preview. You were gonna say something, Dal. My bad, man.
Oh no, I just think that I'm just not that confident with Moreno, I guess, just to sum it up. I just don't see what this guy brings. And you're right. He has to be in the right place at the right time to put the ball in the back of the net instead of actually creating a goal at the 9. But like Connor was saying, when do we play the ball straight to the 9 anyway? So I don't know. I mean,
you know who needs to step up here, and people aren't talking about it enough?
Eze.
Bukayo Saka.
I'm about to say Eze.
Yeah. And
Bukayo Saka. So, and everybody's been on Bukayo Saka's neck because he didn't get a GA against Sunderland. And
Well,
I'm
saying that? Because I'll go for their throws. Like,
I'm just kind of like you see
A lot of neck
that
and
he
throat
does
talk going on
literally
here.
everything else. Exactly. you see that he does absolutely everything else, and he's like he's playing like Bukayo Saka plays, and I think
He's
that
been
he
found
sets
out.
such a high bar for himself that when he is not out there scoring and getting a GA at least one a game, people are saying that he's shit. When he's obviously the best player on the pitch, he was for Arsenal outside of the 2 goals against Sunderland, and I rewatched that entire game afterwards. He was the best player on the pitch for us. Like being dynamic, doing good things. And Connor, I agree with you. In second place, I would say Eze needs to step up.
Eze, in my opinion, is a player that needs to step up.
But that being said, just to finish up, and then definitely talk about Eze, is Bukayo Saka always gets up for always gets up for Tottenham Hotspur, always. Because he has grown up in this rivalry. He wants nothing more but to shit on these guys. And I think he will. But this fan base needs to start watching the game with their fucking eyes and seeing that he's doing everything. He's doing everything that he can. Yeah. I don't think he's having a bad season at all. Yeah. I just think that a lot of this is tainted by injury. And if you watch the way he's playing, he is playing a very good dynamic wing. And I think that if he cooks tomorrow, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. But yeah, talk about Eze though. Talk about Eze.
Well, to be fair, I haven't seen any of this Saka slander recently, but if it's going on, it makes me laugh. All right, take him out of the squad then. Good luck.
Yeah.
You'll be trying to have him back. You'll be trying to have him back, won't you? Yeah, okay. He doesn't have an assist so far this season.
I remember people were bitching about Nani Madueke too. So
well, yeah, well, listen. I mean, if Nani was here,
can't make anybody happy.
I don't actually think Nani's a bad player. To be fair,
yeah.
It's a shame he got the injury because I actually want to see him more in an Arsenal shirt because I do think he can be quite effective going forward. But hey, we'll wait and see when he comes back from his injury. But the Saka slander, I won't really take that because I think listen, don't get me wrong. Saka's not the Salah of levels, you can always rely on him. Don't get me wrong, he does have some stinkers, but he is a player where he does pop in and out and he will always be in the game when you need him to be there. So I don't want to have this about, shafting about it. And he will turn up for that derby. He won't go quiet for that derby. And he'll be he's that player where all the fans will get up and stand up on their seats when they see him on the ball because he will produce something. He ain't going to just produce nothing. He's not like a Martin. Don't get me wrong. I do like Martinelli, but when Martinelli does lose the ball quite a lot going forward, like you will have a 50-50.
You look like an eager dog sometimes chasing a ball, and it's like, settle down now. Settle down now.
And Saka, when he's on the ball, it's
a lot more controlled. Yeah, it's a lot more controlled and measured. But it still is not slow either. So
no, he's not. He's quick. But in terms of
that's why I think sorry, you're going to go on to Eze. I just wanted to chime in on Saka real quick before we do talk about the man who used to be the man that had the most shots that ain't going in.
Here we go.
Fun. And then he scored, and it was a good goal, and it was like, fuck, little bitch. Yeah. I hate you now. Again, another one like Timber. Team. I've been a fan of him for years. He goes to you guys, and it's like, well, got to shit on him now. So he can hold that. But Saka, I think for me, has been, obviously the numbers speak for themselves when you look at his contributions for you guys over the years. But there's still a way that you could not have GA and still be one of the best players on the pitch. That happens all the time. And I just think people are so fast to say, oh, there's no GA in X amount of games. Let's all laugh at this guy. And it's just, to me,
that's
playground stuff.
That was what I was saying about Eze, or by the way, when you were throwing that he hasn't scored it with 19 shots, but he is such a dynamic force on the pitch for us.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to let you have
agendas
that.
Why would I just let you? Agenda, right?
Bro, you're trying to have a layup, and I'm just like, no, I'm going to stand here and get my charge. So, I think when it comes to Saka, I'm usually pretty objective with him. Obviously, I've got some fun names like Boohoo Saka, things like that. But when it comes to him as a player overall, you have to do something to negate what he's going to bring in a sense of danger. From a Tottenham perspective, that's why I'm hoping Thomas will go to a back three, because then we're not going to be relying on Destiny to be a link-up play and attack, but then also track back and help Van de Ven whenever, because then it's Van de Ven and Bentancur or Van de Ven and Paulinho chasing after him, and I don't like that as much as I like Van de Veen with a Danso behind him and a Bentancur to his right. That's more help. And so if you're missing that 9, to me, that's screaming even louder. Go to a fucking back 3, because then you have Destiny. Like, Destiny's best attributes are going forward. It is being physical defensively, but it's not being technical defensively. Technically defensively, he's not that great, but physically defensively, like in quick counter, like win the ball back moments he can. But when he's trying to defend you and you're kind of waiting, and that's how Saka like to dribble when he gets into your half. So like to me, that's not going to be good if you have Destiny isolated 1-on-1 in the back 4, or if you have Van de Veen trying to just Captain Save a Ho with Bentancur chasing. That don't sound good to me. So I would go to a back 3. You shore up a lot of vulnerabilities by having that central center back in there, because then if you can slow down Saka, they're going to start working it out to the left. We all know that Arsenal's going to have most of the ball. I think TJ said somewhere around 70. I would say probably 60 to 65 is what I'm going to assume. And
I was being a little
with that,
but yeah,
if you slow down the left hand side, now you got to think about the right. What do you got coming on the right? Is it Martinelli that is going to be your left winger? Who's going to be your left? Is it Trossard? Because
it'll probably be
Trossard. It'll be Trossard.
He always gives us fucking problems. So it's probably a good thing for you. Martinelli, I've seen him shell up in these big moments versus in a rivalry sense. Like, I've seen him shell up after a Coutinho Romero shoulder challenge that definitely wasn't illegal, but I'm sure they blew the whistle for because this weak ass league with their soft ass Nancy Drew fucking rules. But however, I'm a little
most
concerned
physical
about
league in the
Trossard
world.
Porro 1-on-1. I think it helps with the same thing if Porro starts, right? You don't get Porro isolated 1-on-1 with Trossard. We've seen this fucking story. Hopefully, Thomas said he watched all of our matches under Ange Postecoglou, so he better damn sure have that on the forefront of his fucking mind. When we played Arsenal, Trossard has spun this man around like a ballerina, and I would love for the fact of like Romero being there to help him. That's good. That's like, you know, my kids are with my wife. I know that they're going to be safe, right? If Poro's out there, do I know he's going to be safe? If he has Romero helping him, then I do. But if you go to a back 4, then he's going to be isolated against Poro, and that's when you're going to have problems. So,
I want to ask you. I wanted to ask you about your midfield though. Like, who's starting for you in the midfield? Say you play a back 3, couple wing backs.
This is when I tap the board and I say he. Because who are you going to play in the midfield? I don't know. To me, you know, some Spurs fans like Bentancur in that role. Some are like, he, give me Bergvall. I love the way he runs and goes like, they love his little. I think people rate Bergvall more because of his aesthetic than they do his actual. He's not bad, and he's getting better.
He's not bad, but he's not. He doesn't necessarily stand out. I agree.
They're calling him Ragnar Lothbrok type shit, and whoa, we ain't there yet. You're still like Ivar the Boneless.
Game of Thrones.
No, these are historic. These are literal Vikings. They're historically accurate. It's not dragons and shitty writers for 2 seasons. It's like,
well, yeah.
The History Channel uses it. They just take out all the violence and sex.
Fair enough. Ragnar,
which are the 2 best parts? Let's be honest.
Why am I watching the show?
Why else am I watching this? You think I'm watching this for the plotter to get educated?
I'm trying to see how the Vikings got down, baby. Let me see.
That is the plot.
Yeah,
exactly. But the historical facts
Amelia
like
Clark.
in,
Amelia Clark was the plot of Game of Thrones. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Anyway, shout out Amelia Clark every single time. Mother of Dragons. Anyway, no, but
I'll say Mama if that's what she wants. Sorry, we were pivoting.
Where were we? We were pivoting.
Sorry, I mentioned
Spurs midfield.
Yeah, Spurs midfield.
Oh yeah.
Bergvall, you got obviously.
It'll be Saar Paulinho, Xavi Simons. That's what it will be. It'll be Saar Paulinho.
That's my preferred 3.
No Bentancur?
But some people think Bentancur. I think Thomas likes Bentancur more, and I don't know if it's a tactical issue or if it's a complection thing.
Fresh off his red
maybe Sol
against the
Campbell
United
can
States.
help me answer that question. He just got a red card, so he's fired up. He's ready to go. He didn't even get to play a full 90. He wanted to rest for this. That's what it was, a tactical red. He sacrificed his nation for the club. Shout out Deji. But
Who got a red card?
I can never say club anymore when I talk
Nobody
about
can say
Tottenham.
club. Club. It's club.
Yeah,
There will
it's
be no
club.
domination in any
My
location.
club.
Yeah, domination in the location. Yeah, this guy's spitting bars, bro.
Forward stuff.
Yeah, no, that was
I
that.
feel
Yeah,
like-
that Benacore red was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. And then Ugarte proved
was a
that I
little
could play
soft.
for it. I don't think it was soft. I think it was
Was
deserved.
it a double yellow we got?
Double yellow, yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was double yellow. But yeah,
That
I don't think it was
That
soft.
was a little soft. This is
It was a spike.
This
to
is
the
this
ankle.
hemisphere. You know, when we play ball in this hemisphere, it ain't no pussy shit. We're taking fucking ligaments with us. That's how I played, and that's why I didn't last very long. But you know, these guys,
Were you
these
a goal-
CONCACAF
were you a
refs,
goalkeeper?
They'll let you sacrifice a man on the pitch. These CONCACAF refs, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Ugarte is not a professional footballer. I agree. He got done over by Diego Luna. Okay,
The fact
he
his
got
dad
done,
blocked
he got done over
Staffy
by
is so,
What?
bro. The fact his dad blocked Staffy on Twitter just speaks to like this family's mental fortitude or lack thereof.
Wait, who blocked Steffi?
Ugarte's
Ugarte's dad.
Oh, is it really? Oh shit!
Because Staffy was probably like, shit, this fucking guy, and this guy's like, to be mean to my son.
As somebody who gets shit on by Staffy every day, you just got to learn how to grow. Fucking
You got to
spine.
hold that. I'm sorry, or fight
dude.
back.
It is no. You do fight back, and if you fight back well enough, big up Staffy. He gets very frustrated, and then you just post stickers of his face, angry. That's and then
Well,
and
as
then
far
it
as
gets
I'm
very
concerned,
frustrated.
no one's been kicked out of the group as much as I have. So
or been
I piss him off the most.
voluntarily left like you have.
Well, you know, stats are stats. Leaving the group, the door of leaving has been touched the most by me.
The button does the same thing. So you know, whatever the
It's
situation.
It's true.
Whether it's by my
doesn't
own
matter-
volition
doesn't matter
or
who's pressing
forced
the
out.
button.
Yeah, you know, so I'm winning the piss off Staffy race, but this North
You
London
you
Derby,
are
I
you are
think.
you are eternally winning the piss off Staffy race behind maybe Will. No, you're ahead of Will.
You know, I wear that. I wear that nice. I wear that like a cop would wear a badge.
It's true. When
But with
Tommy's
less
touching it, I
races.
always
Well,
feel
maybe
ticklish.
same amount.
Wow. Wow.
No, well, you know, it depends. We are Demi Moore. He is Patrick Swayze.
Oh my God. Okay, can I just be honest with you? And people that have watched your channel know what you're talking about. But when you sent that to me,
I have a clip of it if you want it.
I don't want it.
No.
With Thomas Frank's face over Swayze's, I think I've had recurring nightmares from that. I will never watch Ghost the same
Good.
again. But then again, I'll never watch Ghost again.
I know. I'm like, why are you watching Ghost?
Torture yourself.
But all right. Anyway, back to the football. Back line, guys. Who starts for Arsenal's back line?
Oh, for me,
I'm about to have running mascara like a fucking crying bitch.
yeah, Calafiori, I think can do.
Is he fit? I think he's fit.
Yeah, he's fit.
Yeah, he's fit.
I could see. I'm
he
not
will
gonna lie. I
definitely
can see him
start.
scoring. That little bastard. He likes
Yeah,
being
that's the thing,
shitty,
and
but
he
then
can.
scoring
You
a
know what
goal.
he can. He's got a
I
decent.
think
amount
he's
of
a
foot in him.
striker, to be honest.
He's got a
You
decent
guys
amount
kind of
of
look
foot.
related, Jacob, with the long hair and the Pearl Jam look.
Well, see, people say that, but I just say that's just brown medium length hair.
Fair enough.
You're giving me way too much credit, as much as I would love to accept it. Sorry, Connor. You were going to say something tactical.
No, I was just saying I'd go for Calafiori, Mosquera, Saliba, and Timber. And the other reason I'm going for Mosquera is because I think the manager's going to choose experience with playing with the squad than experience in general, because I think that's what he's like. He's seen that Mosquera can play well with Saliba again instead of Nkapie. I would like to see Nkapie personally. Is it a bit of a risk playing him in a derby? You know, form goes out the window. I don't know. Is he more suited as a left back because he can play there? And we've seen him play there more than a centre back. Actually, no, tell a lie. He did play there against Brighton. He was pretty solid, actually. Now, do you know what? Let's flip that. I want to play Nkapie there because he is left-footed. And I mean, I'm not all for this left foot, right foot. You got to play a left centre back, left footed. I'm not because I mean, we had years of Laurent Koscielny there, and he was right footed, so I'm not hearing that. But
Yeah.
I will put Hincapie there on that case, and Saliba then Timber, and I think that's a solid back line. And I don't actually think. Well, actually, I'll give my scoreline later, but that's my back line.
We'll do the scoreline. Dal, who are you thinking?
Back four, Calafiori. I got to go with Hincape as well because I just think that he's
I
probably
rate that
mobile,
again. I
more
fucking hate him
mobile
now,
than-
but he's
than
good.
Mascara,
He is
and
a
he
good
had
fighter.
he has a history of winning it all with Leverkusen, and I think that I don't know, Mascara to me is still pretty young. I think they're the same age, Connor, Cape and Mascara.
Play Mascara.
I think Hincapie is a bit older than Mascara.
Yeah, so I
Mascara's
think
21.
and
Hincapie's like 24, I think.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah,
24,
and Mascara's 21. I know that for sure. I just think Hincape has more experience, TJ, overall, just in world football, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess either one really, but I would give Hincape a chance right here. If it doesn't work out, let's say the first half it's 1-1 or something like that, then you can make that sub at halftime and bring Mascara in. Right. But I still think if Calafiori's fit, he plays. So I'm going to agree with Connor. Calafiori, Hincape, Saliba, and Timber.
I think that's a solid back line.
Is Timber going to be fit? I saw he took a knock.
I haven't heard anything about him. I thought that
I'd be highly surprised.
He's not showing up on any
would have
injury
heard
reports.
about it. Everyone would have been talking about it.
I saw him go. I saw Twitter shitting in their hands and throwing it around because he went down and he was bleeding when he was playing for Holland.
Gyökeres completely out. I thought he would be back with just
I think he's again doubtful. Do you know what? I've fun. And the worst part is right. This is the classic derby. We'll have the press tomorrow with Mikel Arteta, and I guarantee you he'll be like, I can't display that information right now whether he'll be fit or not. I think if anything, if Gyökeres is in the squad, he'll be on the bench. I think that will be the case, and I think Marino will play up top.
I thought Havertz was supposed to be coming back too.
I think Havertz is out until the end of the year. I read that he's out until the end of the year.
These guys back after international break, and none of them are fucking back. And it's like, why did you say that if you knew they weren't going to be back?
Is Martinelli back on the bench though, or is he on the list as well?
Yeah, Martinelli's going to be on the bench. He'll be on the bench, and I think he'll come in. He'll come in 70th, 75th, 80th.
But then again, it's
Gabriel,
early December.
and Madueke is what it sounds like.
All of our players apparently won't be back until early December, which I find interesting. Apart from Gyökeres, who's apparently a doubt. So I don't know.
Well,
it is worrying. That's all of our attackers, man. Even the shit ones.
And see, that's why I think it kind of evens out with like the shittiness that we're missing a lot of key starters. You're missing key starters. We're missing rotation players. You're missing rotation players. Like to me, that kind of, especially after an international break. So again, going back to the original question, Connor, about confidence, like I'm not filled with confidence, but there's like a mild sense. Like it's pace salsa. It's not real salsa, but it's like kind of salsa. You get, but mild pace. Pace is, that is. I'm sorry, TJ, and I'm gonna say it, but that's white people. That's that gringo shit. I'm half Mexican. I can't eat that. I eat that. It tastes like it's like the mayonnaise of salsa.
I put it on my breakfast burrito.
I mean,
for
breakfast,
the mayonnaise of salsa is fucking hilarious.
I put tapatio on everything before I go with fucking pace.
Connor, TJ, what do you guys think about Odegaard possibly being back, though?
No, don't rush him back.
Is he back?
He played for Norway.
Oh shit! Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what?
Oh shit!
And no word of a lie, I genuinely would play him. And that sounds kind of crazy, but
only if you're playing Eze on the left.
How many minutes did he play?
Not sure.
The only reason, and this is my problem, right? And I was going to talk about Eze earlier, and I know we haven't got much time. But in the 10 games he's played for Arsenal, and again, I can't tell started or not started, he's only created 5 chances. Players like Timber, Trossard, obviously Saka, Declan Rice have all had, if not double more, chances created than him. And that is worrying, and as much as he is a good body to have in the squad, and as much as Odegaard does piss me off, he is a better chance creator, in my opinion, than Eze. I mean, he's been out for a while, and I think Odegaard's only 2 chances created behind Eze. And look at the amount of minutes he's had. And listen, I really want Eze to succeed because he is a quality player.
But it is again this problem with our system. I don't think it facilitates a natural 10. I think the way that Rice plays and the way where he bombs forward, he gets into the box, it facilitates him. He's a box to box. But with the way we utilize a 10 in this squad, I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't work. We just can't seem to facilitate a 10 and a 9 working together. It just never works, you know. And that is another reason for why goals are stopping with Gyökeres. We're not feeding him the ball. Feed him that ball. I swear to God, get a 10 to fucking feed him the ball and he will score a goal. And I scream that every time I watch an Arsenal game. So the only reason why I would drop Eze, and I would honestly drop him, I would bench him, and I wouldn't play him on the left. I'd play Trossard. It's just because of the lack of chances created. And I don't think it's his fault. I genuinely think that the system from where he was at Crystal Palace, where everyone was giving him the ball and he had the absolute freedom to do whatever he wanted. I think this system
But he
really
was on the left there. He was central left, right?
Yeah, I think it really restricts him, this system. And I
out of
don't think
position
he's
a
with
bit.
it. Odegaard's used to it. He knows what it's like to link up with Saka. I think it's a better way forward. So, and again, he's the captain. So I mean,
Right.
as much as I don't think he's the captain.
But let me ask you, Connor, real quick. But isn't the Odegaard Saka thing tired and worn out? Isn't that?
I
like,
mean,
if
you
it's
could
not Eze, then it's
say
the same
that.
kind of
You could.
thing.
I mean, I don't think that Eze and if you were to think of a link up, I mean, to be fair, dare I say the Timber Saka link up play is actually a lot better.
Right.
That's
I agree with that.
You know, they link up fantastically. You know, and they've both got massive chances created. I think Saka's our highest, and Timber's not too far below him. So those two, obviously, but that's us in it, lobbing in balls, wingers in it. But I mean, I personally, if Odegaard, I'd completely forgot about Odegaard because I thought he was still injured, but he wasn't. I actually would play him on Sunday, and I would unfortunately drop Eze. But I really want this manager to be able to facilitate tens, but I just don't think it's going to happen, and I just don't think it ever will happen. Unfortunately,
I'm also thinking, Connor, too, that you could even start Eze on the left and bring Trossard on in the 70th
you could,
minute.
yeah, or you could play Trossard up front. There's many things you could do, but then again,
But he didn't do that against Sunderland.
Would
That's
Eze do well on the left? I don't know.
That was my gripe against Sunderland that he brought in one sub. He could have moved Trossard in the middle, Eze on the left, and put one area on the right in the midfield.
He could do. I mean,
Yeah,
I have just seen that Gyökeres was in training today, so that's a plus. I just have seen
Odegaard. I just don't want everybody to get their hopes up about Odegaard. He was with Norway, but he didn't play.
Oh no,
He was in a
don't.
non-player role. I don't think that he will play.
Maybe he will sit out. I don't know.
And honestly, like if he's teetering on the edge of an injury, or don't bring him back too quick. Like and as much as we like to shit on Odegaard, like he was playing very well before he got injured.
Yeah.
He's gotten injured 3 times in games that he started 3 in a row. And when he played in those games, and when he came on for the whatever cup of coffee, he was playing well. So don't rush him back because he will get injured again. He's setting records for the amount of games you come in, get injured, get injured. And
Robin Van Persie.
Yeah, no need to do that. No need to do that here. I think that you start Eze in the 10, you play Trossard out, play Trossard out wide, and you look. And if you don't like what's being created there, look, we played Trossard in the 10 last year. Look what that got us. Nothing.
Oh, geez.
Look, I just think we got to go with our best options here. And Eze is our best option against the Spurs side that's going to struggle to defend against us. If Gyökeres is back and he can run, put him in. Because
I agree.
His press is all that matters to this. And like people, the rivals, and I'm not saying Jacob, but I'm saying the rivals will get after us about the GNA or the lack of goals or how weird he looks on the ball or whatever. He's the hardest worker out there on the pitch. Like this is what I rate about him. I rate that more than his goal scoring ability,
Højbjerg
which I know he has done.
Because the goals will come. The goals will come.
The goals will come. Who?
Everything you've said has been describing Højbjerg. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Oh my God, that's a throwback, dude.
Højbjerg, sorry.
Or Højbjerg.
Isn't he at Marseille right now? Is he at Marseille?
I don't know what to Marseille about that.
I don't know what Mars says about that either.
Yeah. But no, I agree with what Don C says too. So Eze's a moments player, Ode is a creator. Yeah, that's fine. But Eze creates moments. He creates a lot of moments. Like he this is one of the things that I complained about the most before is that he is a shooter. We need more shooters in this club. Like shoot the ball.
And that's why I want to start Eze. I mean, I know that was that great goal against Crystal Palace. Does Odegaard score that? Is he in position to score that? I really don't think so. Right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as I've slagged on Odegaard for the last 3 or 4 years, it's because it's been to the right with Saka, back and forth with Saka, pass it back. But you're right, TJ, the last few games that he has played, it's been more forward, it's been more attacking, and he's just been, kind of a victim of a bad tackle. I forget who it was against where he hurt his shoulder. Was it Forrest? I think it was Forrest in the first 15 minutes or something like that. So, but I mean, it's good. Again, this is the deepest squad we've had, I truly believe, in a decade, right? With really top players and players that can do something. And when I mean top players, I don't mean Moreno and Havertz. I just don't get what these guys bring, right? But that's a different story for a different day. But right, and if Odegaard's not fit, Eze's got to be the one. And and you can move players around when they're already out on the pitch, Arteta, unlike that he didn't do against Sunderland. So
I would personally prefer that y'all do what Connor suggested, and that's put Odegaard right back in that starting 11, because like chances created, be that as it may, that was a healthy player performing at a healthy fitness level. This is a guy who played how many ever minutes it is for Norway. One match? It seems a little much to just throw him right. I would go with the guy who's been playing for a club and country. He's been,
he scored with Saka, right?
Yeah, and for me, this is a guy it's a car that's already in motion as opposed to one that's starting to accelerate. And I would pick the one that's already in motion to finish the race that is coming up on Sunday.
Eze Xavi battle would look good. That would be interesting to watch.
Plus, I also think there's that added bit of like Tottenham wanted me, but I chose Arsenal. He tried to mud us, that little pussy ass motherfucker. I hope that motherfucker show up. I hope he starts. Cucho Romero got something for that guy.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too. I'd forgotten about that, but now that I will never forget about that now. So, but thank you for rehashing that memory for me. That was a brilliant, brilliant day in English football history. Brilliant.
Yeah, and it'll be great whenever he gets fucking 2-footed out the match. I mean,
by who? Kuti?
Please, Papa.
If I would have said that to you 2 years ago that I think Kuti's gonna get a red card, you'd be losing your mind.
Because it's just not factually true. This motherfucker's been carded less than Arteta since he's been in the Premier League.
To be fair, Arteta deserves every card that he gets because this guy's all over the place. But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Why am I getting freaking? Never mind.
So what's your prediction, you guys?
Predictions. Your prediction 2-0 already?
Yeah.
2-0. No, that was what I said. Yeah, that was what I said last night too.
I just don't see Spurs scoring against the defense even without Gabriel.
Yeah, I agree. And my back line.
Hey man, I've seen plenty of sturdy looking Jenga towers. You take one little piece out of that Jenga tower, that shit start moving.
It falls down, doesn't it? Yeah.
Hey, and that might be the piece because for me, for years, I've been saying I've always shitted on Saliba because I think he's a wiener when it comes to defensive style. Like I, as a goalkeeper, love playing with players like Gabriel, like Kuti, that fucking get stuck in. That there's a level that they bring physical wise.
I agree.
Set pieces. And it's a determinant when you're an attacker and you've got that fucking monster that's gonna hurt you. You're gonna even that little half second. Where is he? Well, he's over there. That's enough to throw somebody off. So like I've always applauded Kuti when he got those early yellows versus City where he fucking just took Holland out from under him. Everyone said, "Oh, Wham Kuti getting stupid yellows." To me, he was looking over his shoulder the rest of the match, and that's the kind of player I like. Gabriel go lay it on somebody early on to let him know I'm right here, and that weighs on an attacker. So for me, I think he's a huge miss. I think I ought to be a lot less confident. Like you just that one. If there's one guy that I could take out of your ideal 11 for Arsenal that gives me the most hope that we could do something, it's Gabriel, because I've always said he's the better half of that partnership that you guys have that has been highly effective for what it's worth. But dog saliva ain't shit. It's always been Gabriel holding him up. in my opinion.
I don't.
But obviously
I don't
there's a
know if
little
I
bias in
necessarily.
there.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because when Saliba went down 2 years ago, Gabriel fell apart. And then again, he did have Rob Holding next to him, but I just think that
Imagine
it
Eric
used to be
Dyer with
Saliba.
Gabriel.
Yeah,
Like,
Saliba was up
that
here.
was your
Gabriel
Eric
was kind
Dyer.
of down here, but they've switched places. Like if you are, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Gabriel's the best center back in Europe. On form right now up until the injury. I think he was the best.
But partnerships
And
do go a long way to that effect. I think this year he's shown it don't matter who the fuck you play with me, without me. Like this will be a big test and a test that you haven't seen yet, which is what do you look like without Gabriel now? Because obviously with Saliba you had the downfall, but I don't think Gabriel was the player he is last year or even the year before that year. Because that was 3 years ago, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That
God,
Saliba went down and everything fell apart.
It was
That was like 3-4 years
spring.
ago.
It was spring of 23.
Mm.
when that
Yeah,
happened.
so it was a minute. We're getting old, but
Yeah.
it was a minute ago. And to me, Gabriel, like that was his first or second. He was pretty fresh, right? Like
Yes,
they're
second season.
Second season with us, first season with Gabriel. It was first season with Saliba though because
with
Saliba was out at
Saliba,
Marseille.
second season. So that's still pretty green behind the ears, and he's not an old cat. He's not a veteran like that. Now he is, I'd say, and he's proven
Yeah.
himself. But partnerships go a long way to make players look better than they actually are in isolation. And but I think a player like Gabriel's, he can shine with whoever you put there. I think if you play Gabriel today with that Rob Holding, you would not leak as many goals because he's just naturally grown and become a better player, in my opinion. I've always thought and again, it's just my personal preference as a player style. Like they're both really good center backs, but they're two completely different players in that sense. Like they defend completely different. And I like a Gabriel type more. And I've always thought that that's a better type of defender because it fucks with the offense too. It's not only proper defending, in my opinion, but it also like mentally fucks with it. Like if I play online, those little Mountain Dew kids, they always beat me. But if I'm in a room with that little shithead, I'll talk about his mother. I'll bring up his dead auntie. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fuck with his head. You know what I mean? But now they got this whole like PC. They don't let comms over competitive matches because people's feelings get hurt. Pussies.
Dal,
Sorry,
we know nothing about that, right, buddy? We know nothing about
Not
that.
at all.
Not at all. Yeah, so Dal's going 2-0. Connor, you're going to be in the trenches tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Luckily, my uncle's mate dropped out, so I've got his ticket. And I actually believe it's the exact. I know it's
You're
the
gonna
same
be
block.
there.
Yeah, I'm
This
going.
might go in the notebook. This might go in there.
You're going right down.
Spurs Black Book.
I'll send you some
Let
videos.
me get my
Jake, after
Spurs
we beat you.
pin for my Spurs
Jesus,
notebook
you are deluded.
because Spurs sent it to me, Dal. Because I'm a chairman. All right, talk some
How
respect.
many,
You're
how
talking
many,
to a
how many
chairman.
members? How many members in the LP?
Officially 25. Officially 25. We talked about this last night.
Oh dear. But no, so
What was it? 106. Connor said he's gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in block 14 if you want to know. I'm right by the front. So yeah, I think I'm in the exact same block, exact same seats. Every time I've been at Arsenal all my life, I've never been to a game and we've lost.
Do me a favor. Will you do me a favor real quick? Sorry to interrupt, but I didn't want to forget. When you are in your seat, take a photo and send it to TJ. And TJ, or send it to me. You have my number.
I might not have signal, but I'll try my best because the signal in the Emirates is crap. But I'll try my best.
Okay.
Why?
Because I want to know where you're at. So because whenever we score, I want to look for you. I want to find Connor's fucking face.
I'll be by one of the corner flags. I'll tell you that for free.
Put it in his black book.
Yeah.
Block 14. 1 hour 6 minutes. Connor will be there.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah, I mean, my last North London derby was 2018. Unai Emery 4-2 Torreira. I was literally right in front of that goal. I remember it clear as daylight. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we get the win because, like I said, every time I've been to the Emirates, we haven't lost. So I want to keep that streak going. And I'm going to go for a 3-1. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Arsenal. It's always like that with Arsenal. We always concede one.
The only streaks that keep going are doo-doo streaks. When it comes to sports, streaks get broken.
Well, let's hope that our
I don't even think
win streak against you still keeps going because that's 3 years. That's kind of embarrassing. So
that would be a doo-doo streak, like I said.
All right. Well, we'll see.
I think I'm telling you. I think we
I think
reestablish a new clean sheet.
Yeah, I think I hope so. I hope so. But we always manage to concede against Tottenham at home, so it's like, you know.
If we concede, so somebody in the chat asked earlier, like, who do you think will score first, and what do you think it'll do? Like, quick answer from me, and then I'm gonna say a 2-0. But if we concede first, it's gonna be a long fucking day.
Yeah, because
I don't. If we concede,
I'll take a
first,
stinky 1-0. I don't give a fuck.
I will not be as confident as I am right now because when we go down like that.
Hey,
pause.
Ainge Drew versus Arsenal.
I was at the 2-2.
And Tom, and he's the worst
2-2.
thing ever. He's worse than farting under the pillow of
He
your
also
loved
had
one.
he also had Youngman's son. As
Youngman
well.
dad. You're right.
Long gone are the days where before every North London derby, you'd have Harry Kane. Yeah, he might be injured for this one, and then he fucking walks out at every lineup. Oh yeah, Harry Kane's fit. Oh yeah, what a surprise!
Kane and son.
And then we get to play Bayern, and then we get to play Bayern Munich for our next Champions League.
Isn't that kind of crazy? You've gone from Harry Kane and Heung-min Son to Kolo Muani and Richarlison.
I would say we've seen less of. I would say we've gone from Kane and Son to Richarlison and Tell or Odebert.
That's even
Tell,
worse.
who's not even in your Champions League squad. That Tell.
Oh, he's gonna be if no. So he might. There's a technicality where basically, if a player in your squad faces a long-term injury, you can take him out and add one. So he might squeeze in. He might be like me auditioning for theater right at the end.
Yeah, Liverpool done that with Chiesa, which is mad in my opinion, by the way, because I think Chiesa's a great player.
They've always underrated Chiesa.
Oh, 100%, 100%, bro. When Salah and he is still doing shit. I'm not gonna lie.
He's never lost the league with him.
Chiesa should be playing there. Yeah, there you go. Chiesa should be playing there, in my opinion. But hey, who am I to know? I'm just a guy in my mental asylum room.
But no, if Ainge can draw versus Arsenal, I believe at the Emirates, then
that's a big win for you.
My
Tommy
prediction's 2-0. What is yours?
We technically scored 3 goals at the Emirates, and y'all scored 1. It was Kuti who had an own goal, I think it was.
Oh yeah, we did catch a deflection. I think
that was at your.
It was a butt cheek goal.
No, that was at the Emirates. I thought that was
I thought it was at the Emirates.
That was at the Emirates.
It was a draw. Obviously, it wasn't a win, but draws can be wins if you hee.
We won 3-1 at.
I'm telling you, that was Hoiberg.
Yeah, because it was part of
last season. That was last season. Jacob's talking about the season before.
The 2-1. Right.
All I know is in Ainge's 2 years, one of the 4 meetings we had, he drew.
He drew the first meeting. The first meeting at the Emirates.
A draw. Because I did say Ainge has never lost to Arsenal. I did run that for a while. I do remember saying that.
That was Romero. I'm thinking, which one was I thinking of?
Then he lost the next 3.
And if it wasn't for us beating Ipswich, you might have been relegated.
You know what? I wouldn't mind. I want a red card because we haven't had a red card for years, and we always used to get red cards with North London Derbies. I don't think we've had one since the Emerson Royale red card, straight red.
Arsenal haven't had a red card all season. I wouldn't say that. Let's knock on wood.
Emerson Royale. If you thought I was live, laugh, love now, you should have seen me when Emerson Royale got signed. It was
Chicken Royale.
We signed him from Barcelona on deadline day, and I was like, "What if he's actually a gem?" And he is if you follow him on TikTok. But if you're a fan of Tottenham, he is not.
Yeah, no.
Prediction, Jacob.
That was a great.
God damn it.
Emerson Royale. One last thing. There was we just got fucking, I think 5-1 to Newcastle, broke a record, and he posted the same day a TikTok dancing about the North London Derby. I was like, this motherfucker is not serious. And now it's a generational meme because it lives on in infamy.
You've had some crazy meetings with them. You beat them 5-1. You lost to them 6-1. You lost them again 4-0. Then you beat them 4-1. No, that meeting between you. You've had some crazy meetings, you and Newcastle, in the recent years.
Yeah. We broke a record that day. I remember it was like the fastest amount of goals of that high in this short of time, and that was under Antonio Conte.
You conceded 5 goals in 21 minutes under Antonio Conte.
I think Antonio flew straight to Italy. I don't think he went back.
No. And that was Hugo Lloris's last game for you guys.
Oh God, dude! I used to love Hugo, bro. I used to fight when I first got on YouTube. I used to be Hugo's biggest, and it was like the last 2 years. I was just like, man, fuck this guy. He's a dickhead.
You
Dive
could tell.
for
You
the
could tell.
ball.
You could tell he hated playing there last. Like I watched that
Dude, him
documentary.
and Son got in a
bro,
fight.
that clip is goated,
Dude.
man. When him and Son are going at
Since-
it. Him and Son.
Oh yeah.
Since that
They
moment,
hated
he was
each other.
never the same goalkeeper. He was always shittier and shittier.
Make the run.
Progressive.
Make the
And even
run
at
to the
LAFC, he's still shitty. I watch LAFC now, and he's still shit.
he's
Yeah,
bad.
I saw him clean sheet like a Mexican team once.
Sorry,
when
TJ.
I was
I
out in
know
LA.
you want to get out of it. But what is the MLS
Yeah, I got to
saying?
get out of here in a minute.
What is
but
the
go ahead.
MLS saying nowadays, boys? Is it all right, or what is it? Is it pretty shit?
It's shit.
Son came in and won a goal of the year. With
Yeah,
his first goal.
Son played 3 goals, played 3 games, scored 1 goal, and it was the goal of the
Bro,
year.
the MLS is about to treat him better than they treat Messi when they see how many fucking people are now paying attention.
Dude, I'm
'Cause Son-
looking when
Dude.
Son comes to Kansas
When
City, I'm
Ainge
gonna go
and
watch
Son
it.
left,
I'm
Spurs
gonna go watch
YouTube died officially.
see,
There's
is
no
the
more
MLS over
Koreans. There's no more Asians. There's no more Australians. That whole like geographical area is just non-existent on Spurs YouTube anymore. So
Is the
You know,
MLS done now for the year?
Yeah.
no, they're in
Well,
the playoffs.
No, they're in the playoffs right now. But we are.
They're
Did
in
you
the
see that?
playoffs.
Did you see that the MLS is switching to the European schedules? Not next year, but the following year.
Oh wow, interesting.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
So
I think that makes more sense in my opinion.
It does.
If they
make-
did
it does
that,
make
if they
sense.
did that, but if they did that now, Son, I don't think would have gone to the MLS.
I don't
I
think so
think-
either.
I think
Yeah.
with MLS's schedule, he did it to be ready for his last World Cup.
Yeah,
is my opinion.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Because his fitness, he'll be in the middle of a year rather than finishing a year and going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
He'll be fucking peak fitness. You know, if all things go to plan, God willing, he'll be at peak fitness when the World Cup starts because that's the middle of their season.
yeah,
He won't have just started
is
his
it
season.
February
He
MLS
won't be.
Is it February.
Yeah, it's like February, March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
now,
you guys
but
do
now they're gonna start in July and run through May.
Did you guys do that? Because it's gonna sound a stupid question, but was it because of the weather? Because it gets really cold in those months.
Yes.
It gets
There's
yeah.
weather.
There's
It's
areas
weather
that get,
and they have to compete. They have to compete with the NFL, the NBA.
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
also
like
a
they have to
TV
compete.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a TV thing. There's
because
a
they're the
ton of, like,
lowest market of all the sports.
Is
all the sports
is
are
soccer
higher,
the lowest
like-
ranked out of all most sports in America?
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
why-
would say
that's why fuck
I wouldn't say
America
like
most of the time.
I would say it's probably like 8th. Like
Really?
they have to
Wow.
be below. They have to be below.
We compete
Yeah,
with tennis.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
No, it's
Jesus.
brutal. It's brutal.
I
crazy.
worked for FC Dallas. Like I worked in the MLS, and I saw how bad it was. And it used to really piss me off, but then I just had to accept
Don't
it.
they
'cause-
really try to push soccer in in schools in America? No, don't they really try to push it, or are they more into the NFL and the
there's
NBA?
too much. There's too much of a paywall.
They
to
also-
get the
we-
kids where they need to go.
Yeah.
You need to have money.
And for
in
the
America.
schools,
seriously.
most
Well,
school
I think
districts,
yeah.
they run the soccer season at the end of football season. So like when American football ends is when soccer begins. And so no one liked to play soccer because it's fucking brutal cold. Like even in
Yeah.
Texas, you're fucking December at 9 p.m. It's fucking 30
Yeah,
degrees,
yeah,
40
right.
degrees. You're fucking
Here in Oregon,
freezing.
it's pouring rain. It's pouring rain
Yeah.
from November. all
Yeah,
the way.
and
I
like-
mean, and it's
It
minus
sucks.
it's minus 10. It's minus 10 in
Damn.
Kansas City, and it feels like minus 20 Fahrenheit during
Dude,
certain
even
times
with
of
playing
January.
just to like November, the MLS still
Bro.
has games where it's like snowed out.
Dude,
the
there was a
USL
game.
as well.
There was a U.S. Open Cup game where Messi came to Kansas City, Kansas, minus 20 degrees, and they did. And
Welcome, Lionel.
Messi played. They could not fill it because it was so fucking cold.
Yeah.
Nobody was
crazy.
going out there, and I don't blame them. I'm not going out there. Like
know
the
who
goat's
is
down
out
the
there
road.
is
and I'm not
Sun
going.
fans.
What's it saying now? Because we're hitting the zeros now. Like the minus is over here, like -1. That's like the normal cold.
Today's
for us.
high was 60 for me.
Oh, I don't do Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
Can you
so
do-
it's
it was
chill. It's
shitty
getting
out here.
chilly. I was cold last night. It was 59. I was like, woo. It's
It
chilly.
rained all day. It rained all day. It was like 45 degrees out here. It was shitty.
Oh, right. Damn.
So-
Okay.
It's beautiful out here. Beautiful.
Yeah,
like this.
because you
I
live in
love
a beautiful
Portland.
part of the country.
Yeah,
You
the Pacific
are a
Northwest
lucky bastard.
is genuinely the most beautiful area.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I've been to all the
It's gonna rain
corners
here.
of the coast.
Food trucks all over the place. Beautiful place. I love
If
Portland.
California
Not gonna lie.
wasn't California, it would be better, but it is unfortunately what it is. And it's made it like takes away it because in Portland, most of the people 100%. I was trying to think, have I ever had a bad encounter in Portland? And no, every stranger, every hobo, every fucking baker, like everybody's the same, and they're just nice. You do your thing, I do my thing. Don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you.
Right.
Look at this waterfall. It's like hell yeah.
Look at the waterfall and have a micro beer. Oh, let's go to the
have this. Enjoy this.
Have a
Enjoy this
microbrew.
IPA.
Here's the pre-roll and a waterfall. It's like cool. I don't need to fuck with you either.
I'm glad you put the pre-roll out there because that was like the first legal weed I ever had was in Portland.
Dude, for me it was Colorado, but Portland was one of the first in America to legalize it.
Yeah, Colorado was too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, it was one of the first.
People saw how much money they made that first year, and they're like, excuse. I think it was like 14 states the next year were like, we want that too.
Yeah, I'll take that. All right, guys, that'll be the show for today. I gotta get out.
Jacob's prediction.
Oh yeah. Jacob's.
He's not leaving this one, mate. No.
Are we going with the elevator pitch or the dinner
we're
pitch?
going with it quick. The elevator.
So the elevator pitch. All right.
The elevator pitch.
2-1 Tottenham Hotspur. Xavi Simons. You can't spell Simons without Moans.
In the Premier League.
You can't spell Simons without Moans.
Okay, man.
This is what I'm. But like I was saying earlier, I think this is a time in which I'm looking at a player like him. If Kudus is healthy, I'm also looking at a player like him. But please, let's not go to this hoof it to Kudus and hope and pray. That is just not going to work all the time. I'm fine with that being a part of it, but like it can't be everything. So yeah, I would say I'm a lot of that prediction is hope. That I'm hoping Xavi Simons plays like the player I know him to be. And he proves that to the world on Sunday. That's all we can hope for, because this is, quite frankly, the biggest match of Thomas Frank's tenure, in my opinion.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I think.
I'd take a point. I'd take a 1-1, a 0-0,
Yeah,
1-0.
Here's the problem with that is if that does happen, that's a huge win for you, and that is a massive loss for us.
Yeah,
we cannot lose this match.
If City beat Newcastle, which will be a great game, by the way. I mean, we need Newcastle to win that game, preferably. But that's Chelsea creeping up on. They got Wolves. They're gonna win that against Wolves at home. We've got to win this.
Yeah. No, I'm hearing you. All right, guys, we got to head out. Big up, everybody. We're going to redirect you over to Sarcasm City TV Gaming, where I guess they're going for they're in the playoffs now. Dude, they're way better. They're way better at that game than I am. I'll tell you that for free. But go over to Jacob Wallraven Uncensored. Hit the like, smash a sub over there, smash a sub here. Big up Goonie, big up Connor, and of course Jacob. Live, laugh, love. He. Big up everybody for joining us. We will see you next time.